government is lying to you. The media is lying to you. Your racist aunt on Facebook is definitely lying to you.
She doesn't think she is.
If you are in need of a trustworthy source of facts and truth, subscribe to Special Interest Coup.
Hey, I'm doing it. Are you also doing it?
You're recording?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, this is different. We haven't used Skype since October of 2021.
Yeah. I do think the audio is worse. I can already tell.
The audio is worse?
Yeah, or it's like it goes from like nothing. You know what I mean?
Well, you can adjust it. Mine's on auto. Maybe we should put it on high and see how that goes.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Let's use the beginning of this to fuck with the goddamn settings.
Okay, I just set mine to high.
Yeah, wait.
How do I sound now? Do you only hear my voice?
It seems like it's not that different, but whatever. How do I sound?
I think it sounds good actually. I don't really hear any background noise or anything, so I think we're good.
All right.
Maybe this was the missing thing the whole time.
Well, but the other thing that I'm trying to figure out is if this has the thing to record separate audio tracks, because that would be really nice.
Yeah, but as long as we're, somewhat normal, we should be good.
Yeah, but you're coming in really choppy like half the time.
Well, I think that's just, I don't think the recording is going to reflect that. It's sort of like the TrueAnon thing that I listened to that you told me to listen to, where it's like they kept complaining about the audio being fucked up, but it sounded fine to us.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
well, yeah, but I mean, normally when it glitches out, you don't hear it on the recording.
Well, whatever. Maybe. All right. And I guess just like if I talk really fast and go like this, does it fuck with your shit?
No, you seem good. What about me?
What about me?
Well, now you seem fine.
But I think we're good. I think
all
we're
right.
good. Let's just...
It's a little glitchy. It'll be all right. So this is the first time that since I was taking shit before starting, I found some articles.
Okay, what you got?
I think that, hold on, I gotta find the little saved thing. There we go. It's pretty broad. So, monkeypox, here are the topics that we could discuss. Monkeypox.
No.
The Supreme Court.
No.
The thing that Bill Clinton just said.
Maybe.
And the fact that it seems like every Christian church has had or is having a child sex abuse thing. Now it's the Baptists, the fucking Baptists.
I heard about that one, yeah.
And I mean, as a person who grew up Protestant but who didn't really care, it was like one of those, like, I had to go to church when I was a kid, but like I wasn't ever really religious, right? Like my parents like when I went to church, like because they thought they should. And then like one day I woke up and it was like, we're not going to church anymore. And everybody was like, okay, whatever. Like that's the level of religious. It's like not very, what I mean? Even when going to church, we weren't very religious. But the one thing that I always thought the Protestants had over the Catholics was that the Catholic priests can't get married, so that's why it's like, so in my brain it was like, so that's why they fuck kids. Because like it's like a loophole, and or it's because they're not allowed to fuck women. Like the Catholics like attract pedophiles, but so it's like, oh no, wait, Southern Baptists, well, they're allowed to do what, never mind, they're not allowed to do anything either. So it stays. The ruling stays. It's like, if your religion is permissive, there will be less kid fucking. That's the answer. It's true. It's factual information now. If you want there to be less kid fucking in your church, then you have to let everybody have sex with adults.
Every day, chew bubble gum, chew bubble gum. 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 Every day, chew bubble gum.
I guess we don't fucking, I don't know,
Yeah,
man. It really just, it's collapsing way faster than everyone's fucking saying it's going to. Like, I'm kind of starting to be convinced that like it's going to be like full on like fucking Mad Max level apocalypse in like most of the world in like 5 to 10 years. I really don't think it's going to take that long. I think that time is accelerating. I think that there might be something like physically happening because I just watched a video that was like a very short like explanation of like what the special theory of relativity is and how it's that whatever how that like changed what the concept of time is. And like, because time is like divided into two types. There's Newtonian time, which is the clock, which is like that time moves into the future. It's based on entropy. You know what I mean? Like it's time is like a forward moving thing. Time doesn't move backwards. Time doesn't get faster or slower. It's a constant. Do you know what I'm saying? You with me so far? Okay. The special theory of relativity is that no, space makes time, right? That because you take up space, right? Because everything is space, time is relative to space, not the other way around, right? Like time is not its own propulsive movement of things towards entropy and towards whatever, non-existence or whatever, or like death. That's what time is always perceived as, moving forward towards death at 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. You know what I mean? It's a right? But the special theory of relativity is that no, it's the amount of space you take up. It's the amount of space that like the world takes up in space. Like time is absolutely capable of like getting faster or slower, or theoretically moving backwards or forwards. Like time doesn't actually exist in the propulsive way that we think it does. And which I can't remember why I started talking about this. What was the thing that I was saying before this? What
just something
me of? You said something.
Biden or something?
No, you said something that reminded me to talk about this. What was it?
I don't know.
The trucker thing?
The truck, the marijuana.
The supply chains.
The supply chains.
Now I can. Whatever. We're gonna. I fucking listen to this later, so like I'm gonna remember like when I fucking listen to it, and then I will. I will have the rest of this conversation in my fucking head later because I don't remember why I started talking about it in the first place. But the thing that made me realize is my wife has been talking about how time legit moves faster when she's not at work, and I actually am starting to feel and understand that that's a real physical phenomenon. It's not perception. It's not like that time doesn't move faster or slower. It's that when you are measuring time, when you're actually looking at a clock, when you're seeing the seconds tick by, that is its own form of time. But when you stop doing that, when you stop experiencing time in that way, it is capable of shifting based on your relationship to it as a physical phenomenon, not as a just time feels like it's moving faster. It's no, time is moving faster. It's moving faster because of your propulsion through it.
Yes.
Chew bubble gum every day you go to work. Every day chew bubble gum. Chew bubble gum every day you go to work. Every day chew bubble gum. Chew bubble gum every day you go to work. Every day chew bubble gum. Chew bubble gum every day you go to work. Every day chew bubble gum. Chew bubble gum every day you go to work. Every day chew bubble gum. Chew bubble gum every day you go to work. Every day chew bubble gum. Chew bubble gum every day you go to work. Every day chew bubble gum. Chew bubble gum every day you go to work. Every day chew bubble gum. Chew bubble gum every day you go to work. Every day chew bubble gum. Chew bubble gum every day you go to work. Every day chew bubble gum. Chew bubble gum every day you go to work. Every day chew bubble gum. Chew bubble gum.
So everything. Oh no, this okay. So it was that. So because of all this Supreme Court shit, because we should balkanize, because of the non-extradition between states. That's what made me think of the relativity time thing stuff, and the point of it is that stop distracting me. The point of it is that that's the reason why I think the collapse is coming, because I think that time is speeding up. That things that happened a couple of months ago feel like they happened a couple of years ago, but at the same time, the amount of time in a day feels like it's getting faster.
I've got one for you. You know what happened 2 years ago?
What?
Derek Chauvin killed George Floyd.
Was it what?
2 years ago.
Yeah, wait, that's true. Well, no, and that feels like it was not that long ago.
Right. It feels like it was 1 year ago, maybe.
But something that happened. No, that's one of those things. It feels like it happened in the recent past, a few months ago.
Yeah.
But that's just because it was a thing that the collective perceptions of people focused on for enough time for it to actually stick. But doing this podcast is the other thing that makes me think about this. And this might have to be the whole fucking episode. It's the theory of relativity. This is our fucking special science, dumb stoner science episode. But it's real shit. There's the people that are stoner fake science people, right? That are interested in, or they claim to be interested in physics or calculus or math or whatever, but they're not. They're not interested in the bigger picture of it. You're measuring things and fucking counting and doing, equations and stuff and trying to, you're just it's taking notes. That's what math and science is. It's figuring out things, measuring them, or measuring a time or a fucking whatever, the weather or something, right? Writing an almanac, keeping track of time. But what I'm talking about is that through technology and the changing that the human brain is capable of doing, the amount of things that the human brain has beaten itself with, as as far as perceptively and adapting to new situations, the human brain has fucking taken a beating. And
Yes.
I think it's causing like this. It's like in the past, it would have been called like collective like hysteria, but it's not, because it's a measurable phenomenon. It's like anyone that's like interacting with technology, like the current like American or like, you know, like first world person is experiencing, because we all have the same technology and we're all using the same like 2 or 3 websites, and we're all, you know, it's like we're all experiencing the same like things at the same time for the same reason, but it's all like curated to be whatever you want, right? So that takes an added like, you know, layer of community out of it, and it makes things go faster. It makes your fucking head like not able to like grasp any one thing for very long, because there's so many things that are right now. Going through old episodes of this podcast, keeping track of how much shit happens, like, or how many things have happened over the course of 2 years. We've been doing this for 2 years, or 2 or 3 years, and
2.5, I think.
like the things that have happened over that amount of time that I have no recollection of until I hear myself talking about it at the time, right, are so fucking many, right? And it's not only because, you know, I'm a fucking drug addict that like that doesn't remember things, and you know, is, you know, it's like I'm in perpetual motion. Right. I've had the same fucking job since I was like a teenager. Like, I live in the same relative location. I've known the same people. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm an experiment in staying in one place and then projecting out into the world. Not to nobody too. That's the other thing. It's like, whatever. There's like that's the reason why I'm starting to think about like how, like, getting way more like experimental with this shit, because like it's not being seen by that many people. But I just want it would be awesome if it's like one person has been started listening at the first podcast. Just one person has started listening and it's like, dude, no, I know exactly. You know what I mean? It's like it's like I understand the through line between all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so like making it like longer and like trippier and more like self-referential, especially because it's supposed to be lost. Like the premise of it was that it's lost like CIA transmissions that have been, you know what I mean, that have been like picked up somewhere. The fact that if we even go deeper into that and start referencing ourselves to people that don't know what we're talking about, like it's like and stopping giving a shit about so much of this shit that actually doesn't matter. Like day-to-day like politics that takes place over the course of 2 weeks is the thing that matters least in the world. You know what I mean? Because every 2 weeks it's different shit, right? This is all it's supposed to be something to be monitored by people who monitor it. I'm talking about like, whatever, like, so the like people on like YouTube or whatever that like do like a daily like news thing, it's like if they were to go look at their like collection of things that they did, it'd be like, wow, holy shit, I don't remember half of that stuff. Wow, I can't believe all this dumb shit I used to say. Wow, I can't believe I thought that was going to be what happened. Wow, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, all of it, like, especially since like we were like 3 episodes in to doing this when the pandemic started happening. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, that's just another hammer to the head. You know what I mean? That's just another big change that happened to the whatever, like the human race that is also funneled through the same technology and stuff that we've been doing for years. Watch streaming fucking TV and and playing video games on our phones, and it's like like everyone does the same like couple of things, and
yeah.
It's like that's the thing that should be chronicled instead of the whatever the fucking bullshit that's in the news. You know what I mean? Who cares? Because literally it doesn't matter.
All right, go. What else do you have?
All right, so hold on. Here we go. This is from thehill.com. Bill Clinton, editorial note, a man who should at the very least not be let outside. I don't understand. Bill Clinton says that Biden cares, quote, more about the people than the polls. Wowee, right? Am I right? That Bill Clinton rhetorical flourish that we remember so fondly. Biden cares more about the people than the polls. And boy, oh boy, former President Clinton is arguing President Biden does not care about his popularity with the American people and is focused instead on solving the problems the country faces. Yes. Oh, that's it. He's not popular with the American people because he's doing such a good job. That's what it is. Biden his popularity is in the fucking shitter because he's doing so much to help. That's what it is. That's the fucking problem. That's the issue, is that Biden is doing too much. He needs to stop and rest and let people just bask in the glory of his accomplishments. Okay, whoa. This is a quote. Oh, this is a quote. In his first 16 months in office, Joe Biden has done exactly what he said he would do if elected. Never mind. The Clinton Biden voices are merging. They're becoming one now. It's like, what? I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Jack. Like I can't separate them now. Okay, hold on. In his first 16 months in office, Joe Biden has done exactly what he said he would do if elected. Help America overcome an unprecedented pandemic, which he didn't do. Rebuild a battered economy from the bottom up and middle out.
Still a work in progress.
It works for all of us, which he absolutely fucking didn't do. Not even close. He did the opposite, in fact. From the bottom up and the middle out, that's a fucking Clinton statement if I've ever heard one. From the bottom up and the middle out. Like that, it's like one of those things where if you think about it for too long, it'll make your head hurt because it fucking is like, it sounds like it should make sense, but no. It's from the top up. That's it's not even trickle down anymore. It's just keeping all of everything at the top and then nothing else.